Okay, it is 3 o'clock. Are we unmuted?
We are unmuted.
All right, let's get this thing rolling. We're going to call to order the special meeting of the Del Norte County Office of Education. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, are there any changes or modifications to the agenda? Hearing none, the next item is reports. Do we have any board member reports for the Office of Education?
We've had quite a bit of information from ACCBE on different things that are taking place. Actually, tonight they have a legislative update, which will be on at 7 o'clock on Zoom. You should have, I'm going to assume that you received that stuff. And we've had some other ones in the past, just recently, meeting different figures, different CCE, State Board of Education, all those people. So pay attention to the ACCBE information because it's really good. There's also a conference down in San Diego for CSBA for county boards of education, and that's coming up next month. That I'm not going to be able to attend.
March in San Diego, that would be nice.
Is that, did you say that the CSBA?
That's CSBA down in San Diego, yes. It's a county workshop.
Oh, okay, all right.
Is it it's just counties, but it's
Yes,
sponsored by
yeah, by,
CSBA?
sponsored by CSBA, just for the counties like they've had in the past, like they have in Monterey and sort of that type of,
Yeah, so remember, CSBA used to be the only game in town with CCEE, which was the California County Boards of Education, which was parallel to CSBA, and then CSBA wrapped them underneath CSBA and made them their own region, but took away some of the other stuff. And then ACCBE came and said, well, CSBA wasn't giving counties their due focus, and so they shifted around. So now you've got two. You still have CCBE with CSBA, and you have ACCBE.
and CSBA is starting to kick up their game more for County Office of Education, but it's still lagging in some of the areas and the quality of them.
Any other board members have anything to report on the county side? Superintendent, do you have anything to report?
Yeah, well, so I do want to remind the board, I asked Courtney to make sure that she reached out to all of you. On Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, the County Office of Ed is hosting the Building Bridges Summit. It's the second family summit, so at 9 in the morning, from 9 to 9:45, we're going to have kind of a pre-conference conversation with other elected officials talking about kind of where we are as a county and having some conversations about how we address economic mobility and where we're going with some of our efforts both within the County Office of Ed and then within the city and the county of Del Norte. And then that's going to be followed from 10 to 2:30 with families being able to attend to select 3 sessions to go to. Families were able to kind of prioritize what they wanted to attend, what that looked like. And this year last year we had a good group, about 125 I think. This year it's sold out. We've got quite a number of adults plus a number of students that are coming, so it's a sellout crowd. So
Just where we're going to, I went to it last year, I will be out of town
yeah.
Saturday, so I might be able to go, but it's something that's very, very beneficial to attend.
Yeah, I went to it last year.
Yeah.
But, so it's sold out, that means you don't have any more tickets?
Well, so families could sign up to attend, and right now I think we're at capacity.
So the board can't come? Or
No. Yeah, no, you can come,
Okay.
but again, especially that 9 o'clock time, to really have that conversation, but then we can sneak into a couple of other sessions.
Wasn't a break.
It's 9 o'clock break, it's after break.
For some people.
No, that's noon.
Okay, anything else?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right, so we are at public comments. This is an opportunity for comments by the public on County Office of Education business that is not already on the agenda for action. Do we have any public comment?
There's no public comment at this time.
So we have the consent agenda, County Board meeting minutes of February 12th, 2026. Del Norte County Office of Education mid-year LCAP report.
Oh, you know what, I had a note that I did not see on my agenda. These should not be consent, these should be moved to discussion action, so that you could actually ask questions.
Okay, so we're gonna pull items B and C. All we have are the county board meeting minutes of February 12th, 2026. Can I get a motion to approve?
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Could you poll,
It's time.
please?
Mr. Margarino,
Yes.
Mr. MacArthur,
Yes.
Mr. Greer,
Yes.
Mrs. Christ,
Yes.
and Mrs. Maisie.
I will abstain. I was not here.
And really quickly, I do want to say, since we all looked over at Linda to be taking the role tonight, Courtney could not be here. She had a family emergency she had to deal with, but Linda offered to step in and take over. So thank you, Linda.
Well, thank you, Linda.
Yes, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
All right, so under discussion possible action, we will now take the Del Norte County Office of Education mid-year LCAP report. Mr. Kissinger.
Good afternoon, Board President Mazie, Board members, Superintendent Harris, Assistant Superintendent Bowman, and I was going to say our public. So here, this is all school districts, and you're going to see this from Jen in a few minutes too, are required to do a mid-year update for their LCAP, kind of letting you know where we are, what we've spent so far on the action items, where we are with our metrics, and kind of where we're going for the rest of the year. So this is kind of where we are. If you go to the next slide, please, Nikki. Next one. Okay, so this is for County Office of Education programs. We're primarily focused on community school. We are budgeted for supplemental and concentration grant funds. This is for our low-income, foster youth, and English learners. 1.3 million so far. We've spent about 42% of that on county programs. If you move on to goal number 1, just like you're going to hear.
So really quick, before we move the money part, so this is a mid-year report.
Yes,
But are we really halfway through the year?
we're more than half. This is
More
kind
than
of
half, so
we're
a
more
little
than halfway.
Underspent?
What? Yeah, we're a little underspent. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Just to clarify, it's actuals up until January 31st.
Okay, so is that
So
halfway
August
through
and
the year?
January
Or not
31st is
quite?
the numbers. What's
Yeah,
that?
31st is roughly that 90-day mark. So that would be about half, that would be almost half, right at the half.
Okay, so we're
Yeah.
teeny tiny bit under.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Just like the district LCAP, we have 4 goals. The first one is student achievement, and we have about 7 or 8 metrics. I'm not going to go over every single one, but just give you a couple of things. Look at 1.3. We actually, in 23-24, there were 9 students who were considered to have dropped out. Last year, only 3, so this was a rate of 27%, a rate of 27%, which is down much further than 52% the year before. And currently, we have 2 students so far who have dropped out of the program this year, as of mid-year. Moving on, I'd like to draw your attention to 1.5. One of the metrics, they had a very, very difficult time actually having students take the CASP test. They couldn't get the students to come into school to do it. In 2023, they had roughly just under half take ELA and a little over half take math. Last year, 75% in both. So that's a significant change. You look at the graduation rate, last year, in 2023-24, out of the 4-year cohort, only 7 students graduated. This year, out of 15 students in the cohort, 11 made it, so they're up to 73%, and that's actually exceeding the 3-year target. So community school did a really good job last year for that. 1.7 is our foster and homeless graduation rate. I don't have the actual numbers of students, but it's really like 3 or 4 students, and 75% of those students actually graduated, which actually exceeds the state rate for even local school districts.
And I'm assuming the CASPs haven't happened yet this year.
The CAPS happened start in mid-April.
Okay.
If we move on to the actual actions that we have, look at 1.1. It's our curriculum availability. No additional funds were needed. They had the curriculum that they needed. 1.2 is in maintaining the staff levels that they have to support. These are a lot of the staff positions that they have at the school. So they've roughly spent almost half of the $192,000 allocation this year. 1.3 are the teachers and staff and paraprofessionals. They're at roughly half at that January 31st mark of the 550. And then also, the county LCAP covers increased foster youth support services. And these are technicians that work at the epicenter for the foster youth and homeless program. They are outstanding employees, and they do a tremendous job, and they are right on top of helping out our foster youth and homeless students. We have a real model program there. 1.5, English language development program. We don't have any English learners in the school, but we always keep about $5,000 just so if we need it to support those students. 1.6 is instruction for expelled students. Good news, we don't have any expelled students right now. And the district is right now able to cover special education services, so we don't need any of those additional funds right now. And it's budgeted at 0. 1.8, mental health services. And these are a lot of our county programs and district programs. They're covered by the County Office of Education. PBIS, multi-tiered systems of support, conscious discipline, and other problems that are available for all of our students. So they're about a little over halfway spent for that.
Can I ask a question about that?
Yes.
I was curious about neurosequential models and learning.
Yeah, that is something that's happening at some of our schools right now, where the staff are learning how the brain actually kind of works, so that they can. I'm not going to do a good job of explaining it, but especially when kids have had trauma, how to work with students who are really have a lot of challenges, but also like how to recognize different changes in the brain and how to work with that. So.
Okay, thank you.
LCAP 2, goal 2, is parent involvement. We have a couple of metrics. One is the quantity of site council meetings. The school has had 1 so far this year, and I believe they have a couple more scheduled, Mr. Napier.
Yeah, we've had 3 scheduled, but our parents didn't show up for 2 of them, so we've had 1 and we have 3 more scheduled.
We've actually, they've completed 1 survey this year, and we're still trying to kind of get more people involved in these surveys. And we've had 4 parent engagement activities so far at the school this year, which is more than they've had in a long time. So Mr. Napier and his team are bringing the parents and families back in, which is a very good thing. Okay, 2.4. One of the reasons why 2.4 was there was because we were having IEPs held for students at the county office programs a few years ago. And we were finding that we weren't meeting our timelines, parents were not being invited, and people were showing up and they weren't exactly sure where they were supposed to go. So with the County Office of Education and Community School, we made a new metric. And the metric was percentage of IEP meetings scheduled in a timely manner that met the legal timeline requirements and also the parent notification requirements too. And so last year, they had 13 IEPs for students who, 12 out of 13 were scheduled on time, where they notified the parents in the way that they understood and were able to attend the meetings. Currently, there are 9 students with disabilities enrolled in the program, and we are just verifying timelines in the middle of the year. But this was something that we noticed was happening because it wasn't happening the way it should have been happening. Okay, 2.1, family involvement. We have allocated $5,000 for family involvement. They really haven't needed to use the funds as of yet. 2.2 is family involvement in the IEP process. If we ever need to do any training for families, they can get that. And we're actually able to cover that through our parent training series in the district too. So parents of county office of ed students can go to the district for that. And 2.3, provide expanded county office services for students who are serviced by Hmong and other international cultural programs. Part of this covers a position of 946, which is Ku Vu, his position, and it covers some of the training and professional development and things that they do for the families of that community, and they work out of the ERC. LCAP goal number 3, school climate. One is 3.1. Physical condition of the school. It is the only school in the county that is listed in good condition. 3.2 is percentage of parents in surveys expressed feeling that the school is safe. They didn't do surveys in 22-23, and they've had a hard time getting survey responses in 23-24, in 24-25, and so far this year. So it's something we still need to work on. And the suspension rate, I'm very proud to say, is down. We've suspended only 4 students this year, so it's down 23% over the previous year. So we want to keep that down under 10%, and Mr. Napier and his team are doing an outstanding job with that. One of the things I can tell you is the students feel welcome and cared for there this year. They are connected to the school. Not everyone, but when they come, the staff, from the administration to the classified staff and certificated and all the support staff, they are 100% there for the children. And it's and even though they're teenagers and older kids, they're still children to us. So they're doing a very good job with that. 3.4 is the expulsion rate. Proud to say no students expelled. The only thing we've gone up on is chronic absenteeism. So we're up 0.7%. So a lot of our kids there. And to be chronically absent, you have to miss 20% or more of the school year. So that's happened for a lot of our students at community school.
Didn't we at the last meeting, deal with an independent study program that was going to be at the community school? I'm pretty sure we dealt with that at the last meeting.
Yeah, we did. You had approved the course-based independent study.
Right, is that going to be helpful? Do we anticipate that's going to be helpful with respect to these students who are absent? Is the absentee problem partially because of work or other reasons they just can't get to school?
Can I ask Mr. Napier if you could?
Would you like me to respond?
Yes, if you could.
Sure. So yes, the independent study program, one of the reasons I want to do is to increase the attendance. We have students who they only show once, maybe twice a week, or for certain hours. What we're going to be doing is a facilitated independent study program, which means that they'll be on a separate contract, and maybe if their teacher says, you know what, I only need to see you 2 days a week for 2 hours a day, that's all you need to show up. But their ADA will be for the entire 5 days as long as they're meeting their hours, which we're requiring them to do at least 20 hours of work a week in order to maintain. So it's more assistance. Regular independent study, they only have to be with the teacher 1 hour a week. It's facilitated because our students need it, but they'll be able to kind of pick and choose what days and for how long they'll be there. But in order to qualify for that, they have to be meeting our 80-20 rule, which is they have to have 80% attendance and 20 hours a week to show their teacher that they are capable of doing the work. And then when they met that, then they can move to an independent study program if they'd like to do that.
Okay, all right, thank you.
And I just have to say, it doesn't take much to get that chronic absentee tag. If you're sick a week or two, then.
Well, so I will say, chronic absentee versus absentee, if we are at 100, let's just say when this was done on January 31st, if we were at 90 days of school, they would have missed 9 days, right? So they would have missed almost 2 weeks of school, like you said, one week, plus maybe a sporadic couple of other days in there. What we're trying to do mid-year is if they're at 92% chronic absentee rate, we've got another 90 days. So if they can maintain that, they're only going to be 5%, right? So we just want to make sure and Jeff and his crew are doing a great job of reaching out to kids. And I think that this course-based independent study will help. It'll give them more opportunities to complete that work. Because like you said, they are attending community school because they have other barriers to learning. So.
All right, goal number 4 has to do with schools that are safe and clean and welcoming. We are training our staff on cultural programs. Attendance in those programs for staff have been very good. And so some of this is just professional development that doesn't have a significant cost. If you go to Equity Multiplier, LCAP goal number 5, these are goals these are metrics and actions that have to do with reducing suspension rates and increasing graduation completion rates. Our suspension rate, like you saw, was down. Our graduation rate is up. And those metrics are showing that we're making real progress. And so the school is doing a great job. If you look at 5.1, the actual actions, one is provide incentives to students to reduce suspension rates. If you go to that, the actions, Nikki, they've only spent $3,000 out of the $30,000 allocated, but they've actually found other resources and to provide those. So they haven't really tapped into that. And they haven't really tapped into the school-wide intervention or tutoring program. It's been actually hard to get people to come and do that. And anything else you want to say, Mr. Nathan?
Thank you. We're working hard over there.
They are working hard over there.
I'm really proud of my staff and I love my kids.
And you can tell they feel loved. That's a good thing. And that's the county report.
Any questions?
No, that's good.
Okay, and we need to vote to
Approve.
Approve. Okay. So is there any public comment?
There's no public comment at this time.
Okay, I'll bring it back to the board for a motion, please.
Move to approval.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Could you poll, please?
Mr. MacArthur,
Yes.
Mrs. Christ,
Yes.
Mr. Greer,
Yes.
Mr. Margarino,
Yes.
Mrs. Maisie.
Yes. All right, next item is Castle Rock with your LCAP report.
Good afternoon. Jennifer Larson, Castle Rock Charter School Principal. Good afternoon, trustees, and thank you for the opportunity to present Castle Rock's 2025-2026 mid-year LCAP update. At mid-year, Castle Rock is demonstrating measurable progress. We are seeing academic growth in language arts and science, full implementation of our multi-tiered systems of support, expansion of our computer science pathway, and continued strength in school climate and student engagement. This is slide 2. This is where we want to be. Okay. Our work is guided by 2 primary goals: improving student academic achievement and strengthening school climate and engagement. We have invested approximately $979,000 in supplemental and concentration funding to support staffing, intervention, curriculum, and student programs. At mid-year, 54% of funds have been expended, which reflects appropriate and on-track implementation. These investments are directly supporting student achievement and school climate improvements. Next slide, please. To support academic growth, we have implemented a comprehensive system that includes standard aligned curriculum, one-to-one technology, professional development, MTSS interventions, and expansion of our computer science pathway. These systems ensure students receive both strong core instruction and targeted academic support. Next slide, please. Language arts performance shows encouraging improvements. Overall performance increased from 28 to 29%, and our socioeconomically disadvantaged subgroup also showed positive growth of over 2%. So these gains reflect the positive impact of our academic systems and targeted supports. Next slide. Math performance declines slightly and remains an area of focus. With MTSS now fully implemented, expanded tutoring and targeted, what we refer to as whatever I need intervention, or WIN cycles, we expect improvement as these supports continue. So math acceleration is a priority moving forward. Next slide, please. Science performance is improving, and our intervention systems are now fully operational. 95% of our students completed benchmark assessments, allowing us to identify student need early and provide targeted support. We also successfully expanded our computer science offering, strengthening college and career readiness. Next slide, please. School climate indicators remain extremely strong. 98% of students report feeling safe. Staff reports a positive school climate, and facilities remain in good condition. This confirms that Castle Rock provides a safe and supportive learning environment. Next slide, please. Campus safety has improved significantly, increasing from about 70% at baseline to 98% today. This reflects intentional investments in site safety training and preparedness, as well as school connection experiences. Maintaining this safe environment remains a top priority. Next slide, please. Student engagement is a major strength at Castle Rock. Club Zenith participation has increased to 96%. Shark Week participation is at 85%. These high participation levels reflect strong student connectedness. Parent engagement remains a focus. We're implementing strategies to increase our partner participation. Next slide, please. As we move forward, our priorities include accelerating math achievement, expanding intervention support, increasing parent engagement, and continuing our college and career readiness opportunities. We have these systems in place to further support continued progress. Next slide, please. So in summary, Castle Rock is on track with mid-year expenditures at 54%. We are academically focused, fully implementing intervention systems, maintaining strong school climate and engagement experiences, and continuing to make progress toward our LCAP goals. So thank you, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Any questions?
I have one, which is, what is your population now?
376 students,
And over what?
TK through adult.
All the way?
TK-12, and then we have an adult program as well.
Okay, that's a lot of students.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
Thank
job.
you. All right, is there any public comment?
There's no public comment at this time?
I will bring it back to the board for a motion.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Could you poll, please?
Mr. MacArthur,
Yes.
Mr. Margarino,
Yes.
Mr. Greer,
Yes.
Mrs. Christ,
Yes.
Mrs. Maisy.
Yes. All right, we don't have any other business other than the future agenda items, discussion of having county program presentations. So there being no other business, this meeting is adjourned, right on time.